TATSoul was kind enough to TATSoul was kind enough to send us some cartridges. Their new ENSO cartridges. I've been extremely curious about these because they're metal. They have a metal housing. And that's not even an appropriate word. It says on the back here, high grade Japanese 316L housing. Let's check these out. Have you used these? They're wild. They sent me some a little bit ago. So if you can see what this is. Yeah, check this thing out, Fritz. Take a look at this boy. So I have learned that, like, I really, really like these cartridges. Yeah. So, you have the 316L in the front, the housing and the needle. The needle quality, actual needle, is great. For me, it's like a really like tight needle, which I prefer. So it feels really strong when I'm lining with it. Also in the back, you have this hemp plastic, which is biodegradable. Biodegradable, dude. So what I really like about using these cartridges is it reminds me of like the old metal tubes. Right? So with that, everything I do, I need like good ink flow. If I have a cartridge that doesn't have good ink flow, I'll literally throw it away and just open a new one. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to like bend the needle a little bit, fuck with it. But it keeps this really consistent ink flow, which I feel like might be due to the steel. Yeah. And it's not getting hung up on any plastic or anything inside. Also, when I'm tattooing with it, it feels really strong. Right. Like, it just feels like I'm using this, like, durable product. Right. Not that I've done a million tattoos, with these. You can, check out the needle. This is a nice 5. But every one I've done has been great, and I'm only using one cartridge. Yeah. Sometimes I'll find myself tattooing with the same cartridge all day, so 7 hours on one cartridge. It dulls out. I might have to use another one. I really haven't had to do that with these. Higher quality steel, maybe. Yeah. They're the price point's decent. It's a little bit more expensive than a typical cartridge, but if I'm only using one cartridge as opposed to two, it's really not that big of a difference. I've only used the liners so far. I don't even know if they make mag. I don't think they do. But I've used a Type 3, which I love. The 5 is decent for lining. If you have not checked these out and you are a 3RL, 3-round liner user, try them out. They're amazing. I really can't preach that enough. With these needles, again, TATSoul sells them. I mean, you look like when I'm tattooing next to Cam and he's using a plastic cartridge and I'm using a metal cartridge, it's just cooler. Like, I look super cool. You got the Rolex. Yeah, he looks like a fucking loser.
Can I tell you what I'm noticing right off the bat with this thing? Is the part that's actually holding the needle. Like this little piston kind of.
Yeah.
Like the way that it's perfectly machined where it's fitting inside that housing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It looks like there's no room for like backflow or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure it has a membrane inside, but it looks like it would be much harder to get ink backflow into, you know what I mean, into the housing of the cartridge and back into your machine.
At a safer product.
Yeah. At least a cleaner product.
Yeah. See this? The housing or the inside he's talking about?
Because normally it's, the needle is just like on this little thin plastic rod, and this thing's got some girth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It looks like a quality product, man.
Like, sometimes I'm using these cartridges, it just feels like everything's like wiggling around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely keep an eye out. The ENSO, the 316L housing. I mean, these things are badass. Thank you, TATSoul.